Hey guys, AJ here. I just want to let you guys know, thank you guys so much for all the support and all the love you guys have been showing us. And once again, just keep it going. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys keep up to date with all the different products that we're going to be having coming onto our channel here. We love all you guys dearly. Make sure you guys go to our Facebook page and you like it as well so you can keep up with everything that goes on.
Subscribe.
And we will see you all real soon. This isn't $1 million competition. This isn't where people get an automatic guaranteed TV contract. These are real people trying to be real wrestlers. This is where they come and train with some of the best trainers in the country, and FXE is becoming very much the #1 training facility in the country. Be advised, guys, this is all real. This is not going to be produced. You're going to see exactly what these guys go through on a daily basis to become independent wrestlers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Academy.
Stay on the rope. Stay on the rope. Foot through the rope. Both through the rope, D. Stay equally spaced. Greg. Keep your eyes on your pointer. Officer. Okay. Go. Set. Stop. Set. Go. Set. Go. Pay attention. Go to line. Pay attention. Set. Go. Go. Good. Good. Come on.
Show them how we big boys do.
Let's go.
Show them how we big boys do.
Let's go, man. Yes, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Come on, Phil.
Big boy finish strong.
Here we go. After this, you're done, baby. Okay? After this drill. Nice. Phil, come on. Come on, do that big, do that big.
You got this.
You got it. Keep moving, keep moving. What's the worst of it? Come on. You're almost done. Push through. Come on.
I see you, Phil. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
My name is Philip Lee Dixon II. I was born here in Nashville, Tennessee, technically Madison, Tennessee, Madtown, and that's where I live now. But I grew up in Smith County, Tennessee, a little small country county about an hour east of Nashville. I like to say I've always had a on and off again relationship with pro wrestling. Like a lot of people, I got into it when I was about 8 years old and really loved it. My dad took me to the first wrestling show at Municipal Auditorium for WCW Nitro. I was really into it as a kid. I even remember a time my dad would wrestle with me when he would get home from work, and I was excited about it. I even wrote out a little contract to sign for the match and all that. And I wore like a blanket around myself, called myself Zeus. Then the finger poke of doom happens, and that kind of really turned me off from wrestling for a while. And I started training for the first time when I was about 18, 19 years old. And I wrestled for a few years, but I never quite made it out of Middle Tennessee, just doing local weekend shows. And so I quit, and I went back to school, started working in TV production. And once I graduated college, I was working at a TV station, and a lot of people that worked there watched wrestling. I really hadn't watched it while I was in college. Here and there, I did a couple of shows. I even produced a couple of wrestling shows.
Phil walked in here, you know, a little bit overweight, slightly chunky, and he's done an absolute fantastic job at getting himself into shape, dieting down, you know, looking lean and mean. He's a guy that we see pretty much every day at Crunch. He's in there giving it 100%, and then he's in here doing it. And just, you know, like tonight, he's doing his blow-up drills. And, you know, it's going to be more of a struggle for Phil than it is for most, but he's a guy that just powers through and he makes it happen. And hats off to Phil for all the hard work he's been putting in and trying to transform himself. Because I think he did put on a bit of weight the past year through whatever it was. But he's done a real good job at dialing it back in.
He obviously comes to us with a lot of knowledge just from his prior experience. But that also means that he comes with an extra set of skills that a lot of the guys don't possess. He's really good about understanding his role at the time. Like one of those guys here at FXE that's really good about taking direction, not just from the trainers while doing a drill, but also from the creative team about, hey, we need you to be the heel in this match, or we need you to be the face in this promo off. And with that, it's so nice to work with a guy like that, because he gets it, and also he's got a lot of great ideas for the character he wants to help develop and create here at FXE. And I think that's going to be something really exciting for us, because we've already kind of bonded over our love of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so we could talk about that forever, but we'll save that for another time.
Have you ever dreamt about becoming a professional wrestler?
Did you realize that we're located right here in Middle Tennessee?
Come on down to FXE Wrestling Academy, right, boys?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See how you're coming to this part? Like as you go on there, just be prepared as you squat, and don't just squat in the entire spot. Squat and then you go back. You see what I mean?
Never screw up.
Up. Come on, guys. We go, Nasty Nate. Gonna be great. You gotta make it right this time. Come on, Nate. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That's fine. Nobody else wants to do the drill.
Son of a...
Like, you good? Good. All right, Nate. Let's get it. Get it, Nate. Get it.
See? Rednecks like me can learn stuff every day.
At this time, I don't have a family, like a wife and kids, because I had a girlfriend that I'd been in love with since junior high. We didn't start dating then. We didn't start dating until a couple years after high school. Her name was Brittany, and she had cancer. And when I was thinking about getting back into wrestling, and the cancer came back, and she passed away about 4.5 years ago, on March 22nd, 2018. Before she died, she had colored this picture out of one of those adult coloring books that said, "Do what you love." And she even said one time, while I was sitting there watching wrestling, that she never saw me light up like I did when I watched wrestling. So I was really in a dark place for a long time after she died, and not every day. I'm not out of it yet. But the first time when I decided to get back into wrestling, the first time I stepped back in the ring and trained with a buddy, and then I went to a show, and I was just in there before doors open when they when they said, doors about to open, head back to the back. When I stepped out of the ring, it was the first time I'd felt joy. Like I could tell you that there was a true, like, how to describe a feeling, but when I stepped out of that ring, that is the first time I truly felt joy. And for the first time in a long time,
He has that indomitable spirit that just tells him, "Hey, it's okay. I'm learning and I'm getting better." And just like all of us, we're all learning. We're all getting better. And he does it with a smile. And I think that's a true testament to his character and who he is as both a professional wrestler and as a person.
He didn't come in here with any sort of ego and or he's okay to relearn things or learn them the way that we would like them. Sometimes you might find guys that are sort of set in their ways. Phil isn't like that. He can adapt and change.
Phil Dixon was part of, I guess we would call him the second class of FXE students. He is kind of the polar opposite of a lot of the guys we've been talking about over the last few weeks, in that he has a fair amount of experience in the ring, but he's working on getting his body right now, as opposed to coming in, a guy like CT or LT coming in with natural athleticism and then just having to tweak it into wrestling. Phil's kind of working backwards from that. It's coming along, but that is, that's going to be the big thing for him going forward is getting himself back into ring shape. But once he does, he's going to be good.
Hi, I'm Jerry Lynn, professional wrestler. Now, I don't have 2 words for you, but I got 2 questions. 1, is it your dream to become a professional wrestler? 2, are you already a pro wrestler but want to fine-tune your skills? Yeah, buddy! Then come on down to FXE Wrestling Academy. You'll be glad you did, right, boys?
All right, check this out. I need you to do me a favor. First of all, you're in journalism. I see that you got the mic, you in front of the camera. Let me give you a tip with journalism. Rule number 1, maintain eye contact. Up here, okay? Now remember, Pat, as a seasoned journalist as myself, eyes up here.
See, my Uncle Rob once gave me some of the best advice that anyone has ever heard. He told me as long as you have a decent sized brain, nice sized muscles, and Tom Brady's contact information inside of your phone, there's no place inside the great state of America that you can't get inside.
See, kids, with Tom Brady's number, anything is possible.
He gave me Tom Brady's contact info earlier. So after I might even bring Tom Brady to the ring with me.
Mind if I take this?
Go for it. It's all yours.
That's exactly how the sauce likes it. Being on top.
I'm going to show you what a crazy redneck is. And I hope you're ready, because I'm going to beat the crazy out of you.
Oh, I screwed up. Hold on.
I'm a monster. Monsters live in cages. What I'm going to do to you, it's not going to be considered a match. It's going to be a blood bath.
Sorry, folks. This ain't PG.
I can stand here and talk about why I'm here all day, but I've managed to knock down the 3 bullet points. Make money, whoop, we'll say tail, and to become a champion. I'm not going to do any of that yapping my gums to Pat over here. Actually, Pat, since you're such a good friend, I'm going to give you the first-hand scoop. Come on, buddy.
Manuel Kirksey. I'm 32 years old from Chicago, Illinois. Started really getting into wrestling early on in my childhood when my brother came back from Japan to join the Marines. He got into a lot of wrestling out there. A lot of the better experiences in my childhood were centered around wrestling. It's not to say like I had a bad childhood, but it wasn't a fairy tale either. So when I would see my older brother, it was a lot of like, we had the action figures, he'd buy the ring sets and everything, and we'd have, run WrestleManias and have full cards going. And in addition to that, like one of the more shining moments of my love for wrestling was when I was getting to teach my mom how to play SmackDown Know Your Role. It's pretty interesting. I mean, she was sick a lot of the time, but that was one of the highlights of me really getting into wrestling.
Anwan is another one of our guys with military background, which with them you can always tell a difference. And I guess the most common word to refer to is discipline and how much they really put towards it. And I would say it's not so hard to drag something out of them when you're trying to get something out of them.
Anwan Kirksey is another fellow with some experience under his belt when he came into FXE, and he's a very quiet guy, but definitely knowledgeable and definitely not standoffish either. He's the kind of guy that when he just walks through the door, he's gonna just take his own time and mind himself. But when he gets in the ring, he's all business.
Anwan Kirksey started right about the same time I did, maybe like the class after. He's definitely an OG here at FXE. Kirk has been kind of in and out the last couple of months. He's had a lot of stuff going on. I mean, everybody misses time for stuff, and that's unavoidable sometimes. But one good thing about Kirk is when he's here, he's here. He's 100% focused on what's going on in the ring. And he's one of those guys that will, like, if there's a new guy struggling with something, he will jump right in.
11, what? 12, what? 13, what? 14, what? 15, what? 16, what? 17, what? 18, what? 19, what? 20, whoa! 21, whoa! 22, whoa! 23, whoa! 24, whoa! 25. Let's go! Get him! Nice, nice. We got you spinning, Kobe. Enough.
I was about to say, I don't know what that is.
You've already been on the show.
He's a fraud. He's wearing an LSU shirt and he's a Vols fan.
I joined the military in 2010, and in that same year, I got married to my wife, Mel. Later on down the line, we ended up having 2 kids, Sanaa and Kai, and they have been massively supportive in me wanting to do this. In fact, my whole family has been supportive in me doing this, even down to joining the military. So that made more sense to me to finally stop talking about want to be a wrestler. So due to the military, I moved to Anchorage, Alaska in and around 2017. I was sitting in a hotel room during a training event and decided, you know what, I'm finally gonna do this. We're gonna see if I can actually put myself through the thing that I said I wanted to do since I was a child. But ever since then, I just loved every moment of it. All of the bumps, the bruises, the scrapes, the blood. As odd as it sounds, that makes it all worth it.
He's actually wrestled on some indies and then took a little break, pursued his military career, and then after his Alaska gig, he came down here to Tennessee and found out about us, and he decided to get back into it and get trained again, which that's what we're willing to do here. Even if you have prior training, even if you have been wrestling on the indies, you never stop getting better and you never stop learning. And we're here to help you fine-tune your skills, and we will take you from indie-rific to professional.
And he's also one of the guys that we can definitely lean on to help ingratiate some of the newer talent here at FXE. And I find that to be incredibly helpful. And someone that always surprises me, because he doesn't have the stature that a lot of FXE talent does. But he makes up for it with quite an arsenal of moves, and definitely a fun presence in the ring who can come at you from a bunch of different ways. And also, a lot like Phil, a guy that could work either way.
We're starting to do a lot more practice matches during practice, and those are reps that you really can't replicate, in the gym or just working on your cardio and getting in shape at home or in the gym. There's nothing that compares to the actual, the bumps and the psychology and the talking to each other that these guys are doing in the ring.
Steven, thank you so much for staying after class, man.
Hey, man, what's
great
up?
job, man. Listen,
Thanks.
I wanted to catch you before Mr. Casey got to you. Looks like he's not here right.
Guys, I got some big news for you. I bought the second floor. Bye-bye now.
Damn it.